Hey, look at that. We're doing stuff.
Yeah, just like that. We have arrived.
Yay!
Liz, do you want to do the announcements too? Because I would let you if you wanted.
Shut up. I don't have the announcements list. Thank you very much.
I can send it to you right now. Anyway, hello everyone. We're back for session 3, our second to last session of Star Wars Scum Villainy. I'm gonna take a breath so Artemis can cut. Got some announcements before we get started. So, as always, our sponsor for tonight is Canadian Dice. Go to canadiandice.ca, use the code THEVECTAIR, all one word, for 15% off your order. Maggie's dice pick is the Red Skull dice because they're pretty dope and just a little emo. So, that makes sense. Second announcement is the merch store at tinyurl.com/backmerch, where you can get all kinds of awesome Vectair merchandise designed by Affy and Artemis and Emily, and I assume there's probably other stuff that I'm forgetting, but yeah, a lot of good stuff over there. And then the schedule tomorrow over on DM Jeremy's channel is Legacy of Fire at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Monday is Mistwalkers back here at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday is the Wasteland Saga at 9 p.m. Eastern over on Goodman Games. Thursday is back here, Song Crystal and Shadow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Friday is Fixies 5 at 8:30 as well. And as always, you can find us wherever you get your podcasts. Excuse me. And then I'm also going to pause for 2 seconds. Okay. We're here. I also have an announcement before we get started. So all this month, I have been participating in this ridiculously big fundraiser for Doctors Without Borders that I don't really know how I got there other than I got invited because most of the people in it are way bigger and more famous than me, and I'm just there. I don't remember the exact numbers now, but we're almost at $20,000 raised for this month. Yeah, so we're hoping in these last few days that we can at least match the Critical Role donation of $25,000. So, you know, go donate to the Green Team and help us match that. So, anyway, Liz, did you do your, I guess not level up, but your experience stuff for Vex?
I decided not to use my XP points just yet.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I just remembered that.
I'm as I was last week.
Perfect.
Last week before last.
Well, don't forget,
time.
we've only got one more session, so might as well spend them soon.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. So who wants to give the recap from last time? Because it's not me. I don't do it.
I don't mind since I was here last week.
Go for it.
Yeah. So a mildly crippled ship landed. A name blanking. Sorry.
Great thing.
Yeah. Landed and they found me, the marvelous pilot who was attempting to also flee from indentured servitude. Our brave crew found another prisoner on board that they released. It turned out to be a Twi'lek who was wow, I'm having so much fun with names saying. I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember the name either. I don't have it in front of me.
I don't feel so bad then.
The important thing is they had a Leku cut off.
He was the head of the resistance, though, wasn't he? The rebels.
Yes, head of the resistance.
Not the rebels, because they're a different group.
Yes, but
That's
head
true,
of
they are
a
different,
mining
but they're head of-
resistance. Yeah.
Yes.
Who very graciously gave us all a place to stay and offered to gas back up our vehicle, our ship, as it were. Our ship. Pasha definitely refers to it as our ship now. And
even though he hasn't actually flown it yet.
Hey,
technically he has now.
Technically,
oh,
I've
no,
flown
no,
it.
that's right,
The
at the very end,
player
at the
has
very
just
end.
not gotten to roll for it.
It's fine.
Yeah. Oskar was looking for a family member who we got a lead on. And we also are going to help out the resistance. I believe that Zanderia was shopping with me, and we did some shopping.
Yeah.
Vex
Well,
got
and
an oil bath.
Jynne, because
I got no about. We got some more.
Yes,
We
sorry.
got some bits and pieces. And then we were asked to take the prisoner that we'd found back to the mine that was the sort of center of the mining stuff. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
It's more that you were using. I believe Oskara was your prisoner, who you were using as the decoy to get in.
Yes, yeah.
Wookiee prisoner without the Wookiee.
Yeah, the Wookiee
Yeah.
was asleep on the ship.
Yeah.
Jynne had a strange force vision-ish related thing that was slightly unnerving for those of us who, and I believe for Jynne.
Very disturbing.
We thwarted the game master by taking the autopilot off of the speeder because the pilot moped, and Jynne was very kind and sliced into the computer. There was a small altercation with the people running the mines that we may or may not have kidnapped that individual, and then brought them back to the resistance. And then we went back to the spaceport, where we found another ship with a bounty hunter and prisoners on it that we released. And Oskar met their sibling, who we released and did not want to go into hiding, but is instead coming with us.
Yeah.
And then, for some reason, we're going to Mandalore. So we're keep picking up people, myself included, and
the Wookiee who hasn't left the ship yet, and
who I have not met and I don't know is there. Vex is doing a great job of keeping up on all the stim packs, and Jynne is looking spectacular in the new padded armor that matches mine.
The only thing that I would say
Totally.
is because you all, like, your backstories, you all did know each other, sort of. You know, I think we've made some adjustments to that. Maybe it was a little more loose for your character than written, but, you know, you at least knew Vex decently well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vex turned up just in time to stop Oskara from shooting you.
Yes, that was much appreciated, and just enough time to spot me some credits as well. And I believe more than once.
Yeah, that's
Vex,
right. I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Twice for sure.
Vex was my moral compass more than once. So,
which is weird because droid.
Yeah, droid. So, yeah,
but medical droid.
That was weird.
Yes. So
rules.
I did a spectacular job of recapping and messing up almost every name and forgetting most of the important ones, but we're in space again.
Yeah, on your way to Mandalore. And, I mean, Oskara, I think, had possibly even explained before, in the first session when you weren't able to be here, but Oskara is a Mandalorian foundling, which is kind of why she's wanting to go back there. Probably especially with her sister now being here. Just to be able to take her somewhere safe, that she is not going to get, kidnapped by mining, whatever, goons, I guess, or Timo, because, Timo's been sending bounty hunters after you all, because you also did get attacked on the way in. I guess not you, everyone but you got attacked by them on the way into the planet, so.
And we do a fabulous job of not picking out more fights and making more enemies and making Timo more mad. This is a skill we've acquired.
We did.
Under the radar.
Yeah.
Also, the fun fact, I think I mentioned last time, Mandalore is still in the Outer Rim. It's not far from Tatooine or, anywhere that you've been so far. So it's not like Timo can't still send people this way. So yeah.
Except that hopefully one of the things that the Twi'lek resistance people did for us was to
give us a new code.
rename our transporter, give us a new code.
Yeah, so
that Timo won't be able to follow us anymore.
Well, you did Jynne did disable the tracker already. That was the beginning of last session as well.
Yeah.
What did we decide on for a ship name? Because that is a valid point.
I think we had lots of very detailed conversations about it and about the appropriateness, but I don't think we ever actually decided upon a new name, did we, colleagues?
No.
I mean, there was the two I'm thinking of right now. Both had the word hawk in them, and one of them was yours, Liz, with Century Hawk. But there's also Destiny Hawk.
Oh, I did not remember that one, but
I just came up with it.
Oh, there you go. I mean, I'm impartial. I'm just the voice of the Force, so
that's why I'm bringing it up with them.
I'm open to either of those, but I think it's great that everyone shot down Pasha's austere ostrich, the slick penguin.
Can't imagine why.
No,
definitely not a mouthful, and difficult to remember.
And definitely not birds that don't fly. So
no.
Of course not.
Big swallow. Someone said.
Someone definitely not running the stream right now. Yeah, I mean, between the three of you, let's choose a name.
Destiny Hawk?
Yes, I was going to say, I think Destiny Hawk sounds quite nice.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yes. And it's completely different from Crate Fang. Which
slightly similar to the Emerald Pack, but yeah, minor details.
I'm sitting here thinking, well, you know, it's the hawk of our own destiny, so we make our own destiny.
Also,
Asher's a big believer in luck too, so that works from.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
In the chat, Affy said that she's the voice of the Force's asshole kid sibling, despite the fact that she's like 2 years older than me. It is what it is.
Oh, shots fired.
Anyway, so
I will not be entering the age conversation.
Yeah. We had that conversation on stream last night, and it was awkward because everyone was over 30 except for one person who was 22, and it was just like, oh, we're all really old now, and we're going to keep talking about the 90s that you can't relate to. That mythical time.
It was a great time.
It works the other way, of course, for Vex. Because Vex was stuck on Tatooine for literally decades.
Yeah.
So Vex is much older than any of the rest. Except possibly the Wookiee, but I don't know how old the Wookiee is.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, also, no one has talked to Conquer. They may still just be sleeping. I have no idea. We'll have to figure that out.
I have been keeping an eye on him and making sure that he's okay.
Yeah,
and
he's
I
not
probably
dead.
ought to tell. No, he's not dead. But he's obviously been. I think I ought to tell you about this, Pasha. We have not really had an opportunity prior to this. We do have our friend Conquer, the Wookiee, is on board. We think, we're fairly sure that he'd been somehow managed to get himself caught by the bounty hunters that this deluxe ship,
Correct.
now deluxe ship anyway, used to belong to, but is ours now. And they've either done something to him, or they've given him something, or there is something very weird going on, because he's, as far as I can tell, he's a bit battered and bruised, but nothing dramatic. But he is fast asleep and will not wake up. So, I mean, I've not come. I mean, I have looked after him lots of times, from him being one of Timo's gladiators. But this I haven't come across before, so I am just keeping a careful eye on him. I'm going and checking on him every now and then, making sure he's okay, making sure he gets some fluids and so on, so that he doesn't actually end up desiccating.
It's probably just Wookiee hibernation season, you know. That thing that everyone knows
it could
about.
be actually. It could be that that's what he's decided to do. That he's just decided to shut down until he feels better. But you should be aware that he is here. He is with us. He didn't get left behind.
No, we refuse to do that.
Yeah,
Pasha would have been flying the ship, and like when Vex came and talked, and feet up and reclined, and then as you start saying that there's a Wookiee on board who was a gladiator, kind of stand up and stretch, and is like, well, Vex, if it vexed you, it's got to be something. And kind of pats the droid on the back and is like, and better you taking care of it than me, since your arms can be reattached. All right. Any other surprises on this bucket of bolts I should be knowing about? I turned Scottish instead of Southern. Sorry.
It's the same.
Okay.
All the same.
It was Burns like last night. It's probably rubbing off on you.
Did you all get rid of the Wookiee pelts that were on board?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
I believe.
That was where the mighty powerful stench was coming from, was it not?
Actually, it wasn't. That was from all the rotten meat, because the previous owner, Trex, was a Trandoshan who was very messy and just like ate raw meat and then left hunks of it all over to rot. So it's delightful.
Absolutely.
No, the
disgusting.
Twi'leks were very, very good. They didn't
The smell
just
still lingers a little bit.
refuse. It does, but it is nowhere near as bad, and I do not keep stepping in
It
stuff.
kind of grows on you eventually.
Literally.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yes.
Everything's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Most importantly, we have fuel, and the ship works. And
indeed.
we now have a pilot.
Yeah, indeed.
We now have 2 pilots.
Yeah.
Well, arguably.
Not untrue. They take shifts.
I mean, Oskara kept you all alive, so.
She did indeed, yes, and for that I am grateful.
Mm-hmm.
we can't downplay
maybe-
what they did.
Yeah, maybe
No.
maybe Vex doesn't run the guns though, because it didn't go so well.
No. The one thing I think I should never do again is
Much better.
attempt to fire those guns. I simply can't do it.
But shooting a human shopkeeper, totally fine.
Oh, yes, yeah, no, that was fine. But he was much closer. It was much harder for me to miss him.
This is true. Instead of
So
being...
no moving targets is what I'm hearing.
Yes,
Perfect. Perfect.
my aiming is not very good.
You're giving our keeper ideas.
I don't know what I'm
Yeah, I
talking
have a feeling I am.
about. So you all make your way from Mandalore. As you exit light speed into the system, you immediately are hailed. Are you responding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I know who I'm being hailed by?
Not immediately, not without answering.
Okay. I flip it up and I'm like, go for, and then I frantically search for what our name of our ship is. It was like, go for Destiny's Hawk.
I'm just picturing Pasha with like multiple names written on his hand. They're all kind of smeared together. It's just what you could read.
It's pieces of like tape across the dash that I've just like stuck over each other, and I'm like
Amazing.
making sure it's not rolled back.
That's fantastic. In response, you get, this is Bo-Katan of House Kryze. Why are you in Mandalore space?
Yeah. Wonderful question. And I'm like gesturing madly for someone else, and I'm like, we have a individual on board who is do I know that they are a foundling? Okay.
Yeah.
So then we have a Mandalorian citizen on board who we are giving transport to.
Sending coordinates.
Wonderful. Can we get from here to there without being blown out of the sky?
We'll see.
Spectacular. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Yeah, it immediately clicks off before you can even answer. And I assume you're following the coordinates?
Vex is still standing next to Pasha, and if Vex had eyebrows, they would be raised.
Have I mentioned Mandalorian space makes me nervous?
If you haven't mentioned it before, you have now by how you acted.
It's an entire culture of people who wear armor all the time and shoot a lot. It's
not all of them. That's only Death Watch.
No, that is fully what Pasha thinks. Like, Pasha has no idea. She's just like, they sleep in their armor and they never take their helmets off. Like,
yeah, you've only heard the negative legends.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it may not be super common knowledge, but not that long in the past, Darth Maul was the leader of Mandalore for a little bit.
Just for a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so, just a dark side user. No big deal.
The most recent peaceful leader was assassinated, and there's, yeah.
And only the sister of, the person you just talked to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no big deal. Totally fine. Everything's great.
Yeah, she's not nervous at all.
Nobody here is nervous. I don't know what you're talking about. Everybody is flying super casual right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, super casual.
So I got coordinates to where? Spaceport, landing bay, planet side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you're following the coordinates, they would take you onto the planet. Immediately, you are greeted by a droid who just says that they are Bo-Katan's emissary and asks what brings you to the planet.
Hi. I feel like I will live.
Okay, I'll take point.
Thank you.
Jynne would walk forward and step in front. Hi there. We have someone that is a foundling of yours that she wanted to come back, and that I'm not sure what they wanted to do here, but they wanted to come back for a reason.
Okay. Are they here? Where are they?
Oh, they're on board. I don't think they've come through yet.
I mean, since the player for Oskara is not here, the person piloting them can let me know what they're doing.
Oh, definitely would have come down. Definitely would have. Okay. Sister in tow. Armor on display. Carbine in hand.
Sure. And since she's only a foundling at this point, not, fully in, so to speak. She doesn't have a helmet or anything. But I think that Oskara would kind of probably take the droid aside a little bit, away from everyone, and just explain, why she was here, and kind of ask for essentially help for her sister, somewhere that she could stay. And she would come back with some information that you all are being asked to go on a mission into wild space.
Oh, are we?
Pasha does a double take. Say what?
She lets you know that there is a ship that went missing at the end of the Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. And recently, a probe was found. It seemingly wandered. It got lost from where it was supposed to go. And it contained the coordinates for the ship.
What kind of ship? The Clone Wars was messy.
It was very messy.
And a few years ago,
Yeah. Like a shipment ship full of goods.
More like
gathered, scavenged, perhaps.
More like a CIS ship that had been pursued by the Republic / Imperial at that point. That may have some valuable cargo on board.
Go on.
It's something that Bo-Katan is very interested in and would like brought back. Not the ship itself, but the cargo. And would handsomely reward you for its return.
So, and Pasha's talking to Oskar, and just like, so we drop off your sister gets to stay. Is the success of us on this little runabout hinging upon the safety of your sister, or is the two unconnected?
Oh, no, they would definitely be unconnected. But, she's not going to be held hostage or anything. Like, Oskara would explain that this is just something that, she's being asked to do, and I think it would probably be in her character to say, that she could go by herself, she could find her own way there, if you all didn't want to go, but...
Kind of lean into Jynne, and I'm like, really just like a solo individual, not really like a... They don't like us, do they?
I'm not sure they do with how they're acting. It's a little iffy.
I like you, just for the record.
I like you too.
Pasha's like thrilled, big grin, is like, I wasn't gonna say no to a job, seeing as we are all recently voluntarily unemployed from our forced work. So I'm all for becoming scavengers. Raise your hands. You're good for becoming a scavenger? Next.
I haven't seen a reason why not. So, I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
The hand is a hand, not the hand that's covered in various different kinds of instrumentation.
For a second, I thought you were just like raising someone else's hand. Just, casually found a hand.
Found a hand somewhere on the floor.
Yeah.
Like a little R2 unit, you just like open a compartment and you're like, oh.
It's just a casual human hand. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Not like a serial killer kind of thing.
No. Of course not.
Totally not the weird.
Yeah. So, basically the information that Oskara would communicate to you all, at the end of the Clone Wars, there was a Captain Rel Harsal who was with the Confederacy of Independent Systems, the CIS, and was the pilot of the banking clan frigate Zanderia. At that point, the new Galactic Empire had been hunting them down, had chased them quite a ways. The last anyone knew, they had gone into wild space, and now with this probe, they have a pretty good idea of where it went.
But the question is, how many people got a hold of this probe before we did?
Is that the question, though? Because it came out of hyperspace, and the Mandalorians picked it up.
All right.
Seems likely that if anybody else had seen it, they wouldn't have just left it there to continue on its journey. I think they would have taken it out of commission, don't you think?
I'm not thinking clearly. Apparently, I've got my eyes elsewhere.
Woo! Pasha is not. Pasha doesn't quite say that, but Pasha is like. If Pasha was not a human, their ears and tail would like wag or like turn.
Pasha is the human version of Scooby-Doo.
Yes. Yep.
But braver.
Yeah. No, I would make a joke. Pasha would make a joke about like probably should have named it Destiny's Vulture. Had we known we were going to be scavengers, but onwards and upwards and outwards, and I don't know, space gets real confusing with the directions and such. I mean, not at all. I'm a great pilot and I have wonderful spatial awareness.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm real good at finding things.
So, is there anything you would all want to do on the planet? Anything you'd be looking for? I mean, I know you kind of went shopping last time, but it was a little bit of a limited supply that you could purchase.
Remind me again, did we make any money from our last little escapade? No.
Nope.
Yeah. So I think maybe I might have extended the amount of my tab.
Just a little.
I have had the opportunity to investigate what one might loosely call the hospital bay on this ship. Much of a muchness with all the rest of the ship in terms of the state it was in. If there is an opportunity, it might be useful to stock up on certain useful medications and things like that I might, that go a bit above and beyond the usual sort of stuff you find in a stim pack and that sort of thing, just in case.
I mean, the stim packs do cover a lot of things. There's not a whole lot that you could need that would not be covered by that, or it may not be something that you could easily just purchase, especially because you're not a full doctor. I mean, unless you were going for black market kind of thing, that's a possibility.
Well,
I feel like we just found out that Vex wants like a full surgical unit for the hand collecting. Is this what Vex wants?
No.
Also, thanks, Artemis. Eric.
Group hydrate. And hostage.
Thank you.
We will all live forever with the hydration.
I mean, I'm drinking Dr. Pepper, so probably not.
That's called getting their own back. That's what that's called.
Yeah. I mean, it's deserved. Well, I do it all the time.
All right. Well,
given that we probably ought to be just getting on with this, and actually, this might take a while for me to sort out. I think probably, no. Let's just get on and go.
Yeah, Pasha
Grab our
would
bags
like
and-
have. Oh, go ahead.
Grab our bags and go. And what was Pasha?
Pasha would turn on heels and like march right back up into the ship and is like, yeah, the fact that wild space sounds better than Mandalorian space is saying something. So let's skedaddle. Let's vamoose. Let's yeah. And
I agree.
wonderful. Any any of those and Pasha like wildly waves hands around head sort of thing. There's like any of the whatever's waiting for us out there? Jynne? Any? Ooh.
Oh, any of those?
Just checking.
Yeah, I would actually like to try and use that, really.
Okay. What would you like to do?
Try and get a sixth sense about the mission coming forward.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the force die for me.
That was the white one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2 light side points.
Okay. Yeah, so you would spend 1, you would have 1 left.
Okay.
What specifically are you trying to sense?
Is there any death for Pasha?
What difficulties made this mission proof for them? Because last time she was able to see the whole, what was it? The men being drunk, giving them an advantage. I mean,
Sure.
what is that kind of thing?
The vision that you get, it's a little hazy. You're not sure if it's just because there's a lot of time between you and your destination or distance, or maybe it's just very up in the air. But
Distracting.
you, yeah, exactly. That's what it is. It's those attachments the Jedi say you're not supposed to have. It's distracting you.
Shit.
You get a vision of your party, like you are watching from the outside, and you get a very like hungry, feral sense.
Oh my god. Do you tell anyone this?
Like her being hungry feral or something else being hungry feral?
The thing that's watching the party feels hungry and feral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the hungry and feral sense is for Pasha.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. It's just like, wait, nah, I can't be, really. So she looks kind of pale as the vision ends, and she's kind of stumbled forward a bit. She's still not used to this whole thing.
Oh, you all right?
That was a trip. No wonder they used to train. Apparently, I don't know how much time before we had in my vision, it was like how to say it. We're all sitting around someplace and something was watching us, and it felt almost feral-like, and that they were hungry.
Vex, how much food we got on board?
We were well stocked before we set off for Mandalore. We have a fair amount. I don't think we need to get any more.
Wonderful. And like Pasha like claps hands and is like, perfect, problem solved. Vision diverted, I'm sure.
I don't think so. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had it.
Not helping with the worried, nervous part. All right.
You're not the only one worried and nervous, hon. She would, if allowed, clap them on the shoulder and just go to find a place to sit down.
Pasha would stare at you as you walked away.
Vex follows after just to make sure that she's okay. Since she's clearly been shaken up by this experience.
Oh yeah, she's really kind of shaken up. This whole potentially being a force user thing is really kind of messing with her mind.
Also, probably not the like relationship dynamics.
Yeah. Not really so much the relationship thing.
So if I've... Oh, yeah.
Because it was something wanted. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
No, it's all good. So we have coordinates. I get up into the ship, punch them in or whatnot. I'd be able to figure out how far time-wise this would take us.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit of time. I mean, it doesn't take like days and days typically because like wild space isn't horribly far from the outer rim, so you know, have a little bit of an advantage. But if you are trying to jump right away, I will have you make an astrogation check.
All right. Okay.
Look at you.
Pasha, I know, I'm so excited. All right. Any difficulty?
Yep, 2.
2. Okay. That's not great for me. Is anyone else better at
at astrogation? The thing that the pilot should be good at.
Oh no, sorry, I misread my dice. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right.
I was wondering.
I got 1 success and 1 advantage with my dice roll.
Okay. So you make it through the first leg. You get kind of to the edge of wild space pretty easily. For the second one, I'm going to reduce the difficulty by 1 because of the advantage.
Okay.
So make a second check, again with 2 difficulty instead of, it would have been 3.
Cool. All right. 2 instead of 3. Yep. All right. I got 1 failure, 3 advantage, 1 triumph.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, that is a weird combination.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna, because you have the triumph, it kind of counteracts the failure. So yeah, I'm gonna let you keep that. I'll basically take off one of the advantages to counteract the failure. So yeah, I mean it's still a triumph and 2 advantages. So the flight plan you originally got said this would take about 4 to 5 days. You make it in 3. It's your personal Kessel run.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Doesn't sound as exciting, the wild space run, but
yeah, it's a little less dangerous, but not much.
So this wild space wild goose chase, or wild space run that I hope is not a wild goose chase, just got a wee bit shorter because, like I said, I know how to find things. So, what's everyone want to do during the downtime?
My hero. I had to.
So, I mean, what is everyone else doing? Yeah, what is everyone else doing while Pasha is astrogating?
That sounds so wrong.
I know. That's why I said it.
Vex is keeping an eye on Conker. He's also keeping an eye on Jynne, because a little concerned about the effect of this potential Force user thing, which he doesn't really understand, but knows is a thing. And is just generally sort of making sure that everyone's okay, and investigating the ship's records and things like that to see if there's anything useful that he can find in relation to being a medic, with precisely zero success, obviously. But he has to look.
Well, and Vex, you said that you had been in Timo's employ for several decades, right? You probably wouldn't know much about like the Force per se, but you definitely would have heard some rumors about some weird wizard named Old Ben out in the Dune Sea.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds kind of similar to what Jynne is talking about.
Indeed, it does. This is why I say I know there is. It is probably a real thing, but I know very little about it because obviously Timo was not forthcoming. And
I mean, organics do make up a lot of weird
stuck
theories,
there.
though.
Yeah.
So who knows?
I was stuck there for literally decades, and the upgrades I was promised were never forthcoming.
What about Jynne?
Jynne, since Pasha was busy astrogating and generally piloting, they would make sure that Pasha had meals that they were taking care of, food, drink, spend some nice quality time with them, getting to know them.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, during hyperspace, there is a lot of downtime where you wouldn't be, doing much other than maybe monitoring the system.
Mm. Yeah, but the pilot's chair is the most comfiest on board.
Not untrue.
But, a potential time to maybe get to know each other better and converse.
Pasha definitely would have asked for all the details of your grand escape.
The grand escape. So out of character, I really needed to re-listen to episode 1 because that was literally failing forward that whole time.
That's why it's the title of the episode.
Yes, that's why I called it. So it was a lot of running from Gamorreans, a lot of trying to basically hack the systems, unlock the docking clamps so we could get the hell out of there.
Shooting a merchant.
Shooting a random merchant, yeah, but we got the supplies we needed. We got the part we needed. We got the fuck out of there.
Yeah, no, it's no small feat.
And we only stunned a few Imperials. It wasn't
only
like
a few.
Yeah.
Only one lieutenant.
When Vex isn't around, Pasha is definitely like, and whose harebrained idea was it to give Vex a stun grenade?
What didn't they acquire those anyway, or did they get them from the Gamorreans?
Vex already had them, and I think now has incendiary grenades as well. So, like a normal doctor does.
Yeah.
Because they hit kneecaps and not kill, right?
No, Vex did some shooting for sure.
I was being I was referencing another show, but well, that's neither here
I
nor
know.
there.
I know, but Vex is not so much a shepherd as a wannabe doctor.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But
Well,
as far as I know, they already had the stun grenades whenever I joined back up with them.
Interesting. I hadn't been planetside in a little while, but yeah, that's Vex is a droid who continues to surprise.
Yes, they are.
Something that I would like to know, and feel free to use this for your role play. Where had Pasha been? Like, if you hadn't been planetside, and how did you get there?
So, Pasha had been on.
Vex would have asked that as well.
Yeah, I may have been on a transportation run of items of an undisclosed nature or undisclosed to officials. Basically, Pasha had been on a smuggling run, and had been flying the Aovar. Anyways, the ship. Well, let's just say that that which is made can be unmade, and it was unmade in such a way that it could not be remade, and thus I limped back to where you found me, and that ship is in there in its totality, just not all attached in its totality. And that was going to get added to my bill, and I was never going to be able to. Yeah, Timo was going to be real mad, or was real mad, and I was supposed to wait for pickup to come back to find out how mad that was, and I decided I didn't want to find that one out. So y'all came along there with the skedaddling, and I decided I would skedaddle with you. So I left Timo's ship parts there, and this is where I've been. So I've just been piloting for a while. It's just I hadn't had a drop off or pick up planetside for a while. Yeah.
I love the idea that you have like probably a very angry like hologram, essentially a voicemail, all in Huttese, just cussing you out, saying all the worst things. But
Yeah.
if you wanted, you could play for the others.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm like, oh, just a moment here, and see, I just didn't feel like returning to that hostility.
Oh
So-
my.
Oh.
Ooh.
Vex,
Yes.
please don't translate. I got
No.
the general. Yeah.
Yeah.
That. So.
It's okay.
So,
Vex
yeah.
isn't a protocol droid. He's not that great with languages.
No, but
Yes, but I recognize the tone of Timo's voice.
indeed.
Yeah,
I
you
may not
you
know
definitely
words,
heard
but I know the meaning.
yeah, you heard the Ichuta in there, and I was like, oh,
Mhm.
damn, that's pretty serious.
Yes.
Yeah. So I figured rather than find out if Timo wanted to turn me from a pilot into a punching bag, that I would just find greener pastures, as it were, wider skies, all that good stuff. So, and y'all just came stumbling along like you did, and my luck continued with me, and well, I'd say I found some of the best looking crew around, except for the Wookiee. I can't say as I've met them, so. Maybe they'll tip the balance. I don't know.
Maybe so. Glad that you
Well,
stumbled along.
you're welcome to go and visit him. I'm not entirely sure that he'll know that you're there, but there's no reason why you can't go and say hello.
My luck has been pretty good lately, and I don't want to tempt it by finding out that is the moment that Wookiee who is groggy is going to wake up and see my lovely mug and decide they are not a morning Wookiee. So, all yours, Vex. Like I said, your arms are reattachable.
Thank you so much.
So while we're like flying along, Pasha would definitely be like, so we do this job and then what? What's next for everyone?
Would she remember the fact that they probably needed to go elsewhere?
What do you mean elsewhere? Like Geonosis or?
Mm-hmm.
So need is a strong word. Like, you would definitely remember that you all found some Geonosian chitinous material in the storage compartments, the smuggling compartments. You're pretty sure that it's related to what happened with the mines back on Ryloth and Timo, but need is a strong word, you know. You're pretty sure that the pets don't have any like control over wild space, as far as you know. So
Yeah, but neither does anyone really. So it's wild for a reason.
It is what it literally is.
you say to the voice in the sky.
Oh, this is true. Maybe I am starting to hear stuff now.
Oh, all right.
To you.
That's very concerning for you, Jynne.
Well, I mean, I heard the men guffawing and everything else the other day, whenever we was doing all that. Now I'm hearing some sort of feral animal, or at least I was. And now she looks towards the ceiling again, just goes, anything's possible, really. That is the possibility of... she'll bring this fact up. I'm not sure if there was a need or more of a want, but we did find some things for Geonosis.
Yeah.
That maybe we wanted to look into after. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's something. It's a place to go. Lead. Maybe some profit, maybe something like that. But
maybe.
I just was curious what I mean, after all, we're not beholden to Timo no more, so what's that mean for you?
It's time that I make my own future, no matter what. And I don't see why I can't make that future with those that are around me now.
Yeah, no, you won't be getting no complaints about me and searching out your own way, but I was just curious if you had a heading, some coordinates for long distance. If you had coordinates for a home to be getting back to or people waiting for you.
I can't say that I do anymore. I don't mean to be so dark, but, well, let's just say that Timo took more than just me. My friends, my family. Let's just say that they're no longer here.
I'm mighty sorry for you, but I can understand, seeing as I came from Alderaan, so loss is a universal thing in this crazy experience.
It really is.
So those death sticks
never fail.
Sorry.
I mean, you bought them. You might as well smoke them, right?
Yeah. Indeed.
Perfect. Well, since it was just mentioned in the chat, I think this is probably a good place for us to take a break.
Very much so.
we will be back. All right. So we left off right before break. You all were on your way to the Togana system out in wild space. And before you exit hyperspace, or I guess as you exit hyperspace, I'm assuming Jynne's going to be the one who wants to roll this, but I need a computers check from someone.
Yep. Let me. Oh, fuck. Where's my sheet?
Let me. Oh,
Second.
what a way to come back from break.
Jynne just had a brain fart moment. That's all.
Mhm.
Yeah, I totally had a brain fart because I was focused on eating my popcorn instead of trying to.
Yeah, Jynne.
Okay.
Jynne forgot because the popcorn. Space popcorn.
What is that difficulty on that? I'll keep.
That is going to be a 3.
3?
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay, 1 minute.
Starting my timer now, and everyone knows I can't count.
Wow. Okay. 1 success to advantage.
Whew.
The way you reacted, I thought it was going to be really bad. I thought it was going to be like
Yeah.
8 failures or something.
It's just one long
So-
string of symbols.
Yeah. So as you all exit hyperspace, again in the Cholgana system, you immediately pick up the signal of another ship. Very, very faintly.
Would there be any way of me knowing if this is the ship we were looking for, or this is like a ship that hadn't disappeared
So
a decade ago?
the information that you have is that, to the best of their knowledge from what the probe had given as far as information, the ship had crashed.
Mm.
So this is out in space, so it is probably not the same ship.
Okay. My second question was, did it crash planet or crash asteroid?
Planet.
Okay. So yeah, so I'd get that and I'd kind of like get on the like communications for the ship and be like, it appears as though we are not the only ones in this here vicinity. Were we told anyone else was sent after this here delivery? Are we like the backup?
I think we were the first ones sent out? Question mark. Keep on our toes, I guess.
Yeah,
All
Oskara didn't know anything.
Oskara
about
gave the impression that it was that we were the first ones being sent out.
Mm-hmm.
Pastor's like
believe.
leaning into the communications, like, all right, could I just have a couple of bodies around the gunnery area for no particular reason, not because I'm in any way expecting a fight, but because if we do, I do like the shoot first approach. It is tradition.
I mean, Oskara would definitely be on one of the guns, which I'll have you roll because you've got the character sheet handy and all that. But
Absolutely, yep.
I guess they take top, I'll take bottom.
All right, good to know.
A
Good
very
to know
good
what
idea, not-
positions you enjoy.
Well, you guys are the ones that are reading more into that. I'm just.
the realization, I mean, you said what you said, so there's only a few ways to take it.
Sorry, I wasn't busy astrogating anymore, so I was paying attention.
Fair
So
enough.
the ship seems to keep its distance. It doesn't seem to be getting anywhere within like your gunnery range, for sure.
Mm.
Would you all
is
be
it
headed towards the planet still, or what would you be doing?
flying casually at first to see if it was coming from or to the planet that I am also heading towards?
It seems to be following you, as best you can tell.
All right, so we have a tail, and again, human, so I don't enjoy that much. Do we? I would specifically be asking Oskara. I'd be like, do we feel like a warning shot?
I mean,
Or should I
it
hail
is-
them?
It is way out of your gunnery range, so
Yeah, but just kind of like if you shoot in someone's general direction, generally it means like, hey, I don't like that. It's like the honking of space.
amazing. Shooting is just like honking. Yep.
Yep. I'm just learning from our medical droid that's, would I hail them? Yeah, I'd probably hail them if I could.
There is no response.
All right. All right, we went from tail to stalker, but I feel like we just keep going until they get in range. And I'd start heading planet side.
Okay.
Unless anyone says otherwise.
Well, this seems a wise move to me.
Just be on the ready.
It's what?
Be on the ready.
Oh, okay. It kind of cut off at the end, so I'm glad you caught that.
Sorry.
That's okay. So, as you head to the planet Chogana, there are a few other planets in the system. Let me flip back my little chart. It is roughly maybe like the second planet from the sun. You would know that other planets here, there is a large ringed planet named Be'ek. There's Chol, which is a much smaller, closer to the sun planet. There is Raxus, Raxus 2, and Raxus Prime. And kind of at the edge of this system, there is a large station, which is a little bit unusual for, this area of space. But it's far enough out that you don't think such a small ship would be out here just by itself, especially so conveniently after you arrived.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I guess Pasha would just continue on planet side, go where we're going, and then have to figure it out. Because I'm trying not to, like, draw attention if it's a small ship that may have come from a bigger ship.
Right. Makes sense.
That feels like a thing. Is there any way to tell? I've got no other ships on my sensors.
That is correct.
All right. Yeah, so the I would fly as casually as I could.
Yeah. As you begin to get closer to the planet, this system is near the edge of the Chol Nebula, and it seems to be potentially messing with the computers. It's making your astrogation a little harder than normal. So I'm going to need Jynne to make another computers check with 3 difficulty.
Oh,
I assume those were words.
kind of.
She pulled out a little bit of hot tease there.
2 successes, 1 advantage.
Okay. Yeah. It takes a little while, but you are able to adjust the computers. They were reading just strange things for a little bit. Now it's mostly back to normal. As you are entering the atmosphere, though, I'm going to have Pasha make me a perception check.
Ooh, perception. Okay.
Yeah.
Difficulty?
We've got 2, and it's the 6-sided dice. Let's see, because normally it's the 8-sided.
So they're challenge dice? No, that's wrong. Setback?
Yes. That'd be the one. I was
All
trying
right,
to
how
find
many?
your dice out. 2.
Two setback dice. All right. And I have 2 ability dice and 1 proficiency. I'm just double checking that I didn't upgrade that because that would be really cool. But no, I did not. So, all right. All right, rolling away. I got a success and an advantage, and we all need to go to the casino. I'm just saying. I'm turning around and taking us to a yeah. No, success and an advantage. So
Yeah. Going straight to
I'm like-
Canto Bite.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. There is a dust cloud that you fly through. It slows you down a little bit. You can't see very well as you enter the atmosphere, but you are able to make it through.
To my sensors that have been so well aligned by the wonderful Jynne, and with my wonderful perception as I fly through a dust cloud, did we perhaps lose our stalker or lose our stalker? That sounds funny. Or mayhaps am I able to still even sense them, or do I think I've lost them like on the machinery?
I would say, Jane, if you want to make another computers check, this time because of the interference, it's going to be 4 difficulty.
Jynne, can you find out if we still got someone trying to shoot up our tailpipe there, as it were? Makes me nervous. I don't like strangers looking at my rear end, but
I don't know how to take this one.
I think you just got to take it.
5 successes, 4 threats.
Holy.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm canceling the casino.
Exactly. That's why I was like, I'm not sure how to take it.
So you can tell that ship is still there. You're not sure what you're reading. You're reading something else, and it's not good. It seems like there are other ships that are suddenly appearing, but you don't see anything. I mean, it is pretty hard to see right now, but yeah, it seems like you may be outgunned at this point.
Christine, the player, thinks that this is one of those like Twister moments where there's like we're in a sandstorm and there's just these like it's like the same cow going between the twisters. It's the same. There's other ships just being moved around by this.
Oh man. Maybe,
okay.
Maybe.
But we're in atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going through the sandstorm.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I gotta punch it and like get out. Get out of the sandstorm, get to where figure out what in the world's going on.
Yeah. Make me a piloting check with 3 difficulty.
Alright. Difficulty, not setback.
Right.
Okay. 3 difficulty. And I should have my piloting figured out by now, but
You should.
I done
but...
forgot it. Alright. Oh, it's 2 and 2. 1, 2, 3 setback, 2 and 2. Wonderful. Okay, rolling. I think the casino might still be on our table. 3 successes, 1 advantage.
Okay. Yeah. You are able to navigate through into slightly clear. You know, you can see a reasonable distance at this point, as opposed to not being able to see much past the nose of your ship before. And I'm going to need Jynne to make another computers check as you are scanning the planet to try to find where the ship might have crashed. You don't have the exact location on the planet.
What difficulty?
It is going to be 2 and 2 setback dice.
Whew.
2, which is two purple, and how many of I don't know what color is what.
Black is setback.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, be with me.
Yeah.
Wait, the fuck? We really need to go to the casino. 3 successes, 1 advantage.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to identify probably the ship. It seems like a very large metallic signature. Let's see.
So Vex is just in the back of the ship here, not on a gun, just being bounced along as like we're going through the sandstorm and atmosphere.
Yeah.
You must love it, Vex. Thrilled to no end, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I'm contemplating making my way up to the pilot's seat to find out what the hell is going on. Seeing as how I am just getting bounced about all over the place, and I keep hearing these whoops of delight coming from Jynne. And you seem to be reasonably pleased with yourself, and yet we are bouncing around like a rubber ball.
Might want to strap it back there.
Yeah, Vex, if you could strap in and because it is a little bit of turbulence, atmosphere, all that, and if you fall on me while I'm flying, that might break the lucky streak that I feel like I'm on right now. Seeing as how we're looking for a ship that crashed, let's attempt not to repeat that.
Vex, rather than Vex sort of sits down in the co-pilot seat, which is sort of just a little bit further across from the pilot's chair, and does as he's told, and then straps himself in. But also his hand that is a hand, not an array of various different kinds of medical instruments. It reaches out and it clamps like industrial strength clamping to the front of the panel in front of him, just to make sure he's holding on really tight, sort of thing.
Pasha has Pasha's staring at you while you're doing this, holding the throttle and just like grinning from ear to ear, and is like,
so Jynne,
it does have the benefit of meaning that Vex now can see some of what's going on, rather than being just completely unaware.
Right. Makes sense. Jynne, as you all approach where this metallic signature was coming from, you're getting 2 separate readings at this point. Like, as you get closer, the readings are a little bit clearer.
Yeah.
You can't quite make heads or tails of it, but it seems like potentially the ship might have split.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Might want to double check your readings, but I'm getting 2 different readings off of this potential ship.
Oh, it divorced itself, did it?
It looks like it may have divorced itself.
Which part of it got the bigger settlement?
She would look at her map again.
I would say the northern section.
Off to the north, it looks like. Not 100%, but possibly.
All right. We want the bigger settlement, right? What are we retrieving exactly? Did we get those? And I'd like definitely be talking to Oskara about this.
Right.
I'm like, what exactly was it that we was retrieving exactly? Big, small, expensive?
I mean, she would definitely know that some of it is just data from the ship. So probably would be in the larger section, you would guess. Just being able to get like readings and any kind of technical data they may have had. And then there is some cargo as well. She's a little bit vague on the details, but is very reassuring that she knows what she's looking for.
Oskara is? Or the
Mhm.
person who hired us?
Oskara.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll take your lead, seeing as how you are a Twilight of very few words, but very determinedness. So, we'll go there.
Definitely
there-
not because you're scared of Mandalorians or anything.
No,
Lol.
no. It's not like you're connected to like one of my biggest phobias. It's all good.
So-
anywhere to land near the northern?
Yeah,
Booty?
so about that. As you are able to see a little bit further, this is a densely jungled planet. You can see the two wreckage sites. It looks like the more southern is like the engines mostly, and the rear half of the ship. So the larger section is presumably the more important one here. There's not really a good place close by, so you will have to do some travel on foot to get there.
Mm. All right. Looks like we're gonna have to go take a hike for a little bit. Any news on the individuals who can't take a hint and back off? Have they taken the hint and backed off?
Make me another computers check if you want to check on that.
What difficulty?
It'd be 3 again.
And no black.
Right.
Just double checking. Our streak's starting to run out.
Oh.
2 successes, 1 threat.
Oh, I mean, that's not really running out. That's just...
No, we're
You
starting to get threats in with it again.
I mean, you've already had 4 threats. I'm holding on to those, so don't worry.
Crap.
Yeah, so you don't detect any ships anymore, but it may be hard to tell just because there are, these metallic signatures from the crash ship, and obviously the interference from whatever's going on with the planet and the nebula.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you tell
Thanks,
the others.
Afi.
Yes, sorry. I had a message. Of course, I would tell the others everything that's happening.
So,
Sorry.
no. So, yeah, I'd be looking for, like, the nearest place to land, because I don't want to spend too much time planet side, but I'm also worried about, like, the ship, if we were to go. And
Right.
I would, with all sincerity and not at all fear and trembling, reassure Oskara that they would not be going alone into the jungle, and that we will, even though they're more than capable of doing the blowy uppy and all the things, and I am truly terrified of them, that we
I
will
love
stay
the
with
idea
ship.
that it was like even potentially perceived that this was, you're gonna fly there. Oskara's gonna just go off on her own and do whatever, and everybody else would just hang out in the ship.
Yeah.
I personally, as the keeper of the force, was like, oh, they wouldn't do that. Now I'm like, maybe they would have.
He would. Or rather, he would. Jynne wouldn't leave them to go alone.
If part of what they want is data, then Jynne kind of has to go along, I would have thought.
I have
Potentially,
trouble imagining any of you being okay with just leaving Pasha on the ship by themselves while the 3 of you go traipsing in. But Pasha,
I mean,
will
we
come
need.
along.
To be fair,
Well, yes.
we need someone to watch the ship, but
To be fair,
That-
you have a Wookiee on the ship.
I was gonna ask you, Vex, about that. Would the jingle jangling, vibrating have found just the right frequency to have woken up your Wookiee friend, and to inquire if they feel like being on guard duty?
They're a little groggy, but
Yeah, they have actually. It has had a beneficial effect upon them in that they are actually more or less awake. I'm not sure I would call them fully awake. Wait a moment, and I will go and have a word with them. And Vex trundles off to the room that the Wookiee has been in all this time. Conquer, yes.
Also, I don't remember if it was discussed after everyone was in here or in the group chat, or if it was before all the players were in there. But for those of you who don't know, whenever Woody was hopefully going to play with us, Conquer was named after Conky from Trailer Park Boys, the evil little puppet. So
I did not know that.
Keep that in mind. Yeah, it's a great thing.
All right.
Yes, and after a short conversation, Vex comes back and says, "Well, he is technically awake, but he is still very not really with us. I'm not sure I would particularly want to trust him with the protection of the ship. However, I have suggested that he perhaps come out of the room and put himself somewhere more visible, in that the simple fact of that there is a Wookiee might be a reasonable deterrent, even if he's not particularly up to doing anything. He seemed to be reasonably content with that.
Vex, you and I were on the same wavelength, which I'm not sure what that says about me as a human, but yeah, I would see a Wookiee and I would indeed be deterred, so that is spectacular.
Yeah. He'll be out in a moment. He just needed to do certain things.
All right, then I will be out of the ship immediately.
From having been asleep for such quite a long time, you know, certain
had to use the
functions. Yes.
Pasha would come up to Jynne and kind of like put one hand behind back and the other one was like, would you like to saunter through the jungle of a foreign planet, milady?
I would absolutely love to. Thank you.
The milady.
And...
Picture the tip of the fedora.
I think Oskara just like, walks right between us. Just
Probably.
Sorry, you gave me control. No, I'm kidding. So we don't have a speeder or anything. This is just spectacular.
It's also a fairly dense jungle, so speeder would be a little tricky, you know. You're a decent pilot, so you think you could probably do it, but trees are not fun to hit at high speeds, usually.
No. But walking is like a thema to Pasha. Even if it is with... Yeah. Just like walking along is like, oh yeah, this is great.
Fantastic.
I like windshields.
So, as you all make your way out into the jungle, first of all, everyone other than Vex needs to make either a discipline or a cool roll for me, as we are rolling for fear. And it is going to be 3 difficulty dice.
Oh. Okay.
Not unsurprisingly, Pasha is cooler than they are disciplined.
I am shocked.
All right. 5 success, 2 threat.
Damn. Okay. Interesting.
1 success, 1 threat.
Oh.
Okay. For each threat, you take a point of strain.
Mm. Did I recover my strain back from last time? We've had a couple days, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was supposed to take 4 strain last time?
I don't know. I slept since then. I mean, you guys have had the better part of a week, you know,
Oh,
between
that's
travel
true.
to Mandalore and then travel here. So, you feel
You need to roll. Do you need to roll for Oskara as well?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that was a good point.
Yep. All right, Oskara. Oskara, fairly cool. Oh, Oskara and I are on the same wavelength. I will roll the same thing. Oskara, no results. It all canceled each other out.
Yeah, just a stoic Mandalorian.
Yeah, I got a success, 2 advantages, 2 what is it, disadvantages and 1 threat. Like it all canceled each other out. It says, literally says the roll produced no results.
That's amazing. I don't think that I have seen that yet.
Oskara is unreadable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Certainly true.
Just stone faced. Yeah, I mean, since you're sort of piloting Oskara, I will tell you that she is a little bit unnerved. All of you, other than Vex, because you don't really feel fear as a droid, are a little bit unnerved, but not overly so. You do feel a little bit strained. Oskara wouldn't, but you feel a little bit mentally drained from just being so on edge. But
first date nerves.
Yeah, exactly. Not anything to do with the spooky jungle for sure.
That's why I rolled cool.
Yeah. Whoever would like to be the leader needs to make me a survival check, though.
That feels like that might be Oskara, but I will double check stats.
I have 1 and 1.
Survival, you said?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 2.
And that is 3 difficulty.
You said anyone but Vex?
No, this one could be anyone, because this is just survival.
Vex, how's your survival?
My survival is rubbish.
Shocker.
One green. That's all I get.
Yeah, Pasha and Oskara are equal, but I feel roleplay wise, Oskara would take the lead on this one.
Makes sense.
So, what's my difficulty?
Given that she's the only one who knows what they're actually looking for.
Mm-hmm. And Pasha is definitely not into leading this group. They are into retreating from this.
Well, I mean, you all know that you're looking for the ship, so that's the biggest thing. But it is 3 difficulty.
3 difficulty.
Yeah.
Pasha will let Oskara take it because it is not a ship that I'm able to fly out of here. So, oh no!
Oh dear!
The luck ran out.
Fully ran out. Straight 3 failures.
Love that. Love that.
Knew it was coming.
Yeah. I'm gonna need the 3 of you, obviously not Vex, to make another fear check. So that would be either cool or discipline.
Difficulty?
3 again.
Okay.
Probably most things are gonna be 3.
Okay. Pasha got 3 advantages, and Oskara. I'm so sorry, Oskara. 1 failure, 1 threat.
Oh dear.
There's so many threats just stacking up.
Yeah.
Oh,
2 successes, 1 threat here.
Okay.
Dear
yeah.
sweet lord.
Yeah.
I think Vex would probably notice that people are starting to feel a bit edgy and will sort of move slightly ahead so that they're not leading, but
right.
giving them an element of protection because there's something mechanical in front of them rather than just themselves.
Sure. And I'm sorry, what was Pasha's roll again?
3 advantages.
Okay. You are able to recover 1 strain.
Ooh. Apparently, Pasha found the hiker's mentality.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You get your second wind a little bit, but you're still pretty uncomfortable. I would say it's pretty apparent that something is watching you. You can't see it or hear it, but something is watching you.
Okay, that would be them, not me. Okay.
No, that
Or
would
is
be
that everyone?
everyone minus Vex, because there's no 6th sense for droids, unfortunately.
Okay. Really quick, would this feel like the same thing that I saw in my vision?
It's a good question that I can totally answer. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna buffer for a minute, so why don't you talk amongst yourselves?
Yeah. I love the fact that their
Fine.
droid doesn't have like hairs on the back of their neck to like.
Or sweat to drip down their back.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, yes.
Also, not getting eaten by the bugs. So
Yeah.
Jynne,
Yeah.
you did the heebie-jeebies going off with the thingamabobs? Is this what's happening?
Potentially, I'm trying to, how to put it? I'm trying. It's hard to really ascertain. The flow of time is really weird between vision and what is actually happening.
The flow of time is weird.
Like,
Sort
I'm
of.
not sure if this is what we're seeing, if what I was seeing in the vision is what I'm feeling now, or if this is something completely different.
And I kind of like look around and make sure Oskara is not too close and that Vex is kind of busy and is like, Jynne, did you smoke the death sticks before we left the ship? I'm not gonna be mad. I just need to know.
disappointed.
That is a point, but not in the last day or so.
All right. Anything else? You've been. As soon as someone starts talking about like time doesn't make sense to them, I start to get a little.
Okay, maybe I had
Mildly
a drink earlier this morning.
Did you dip into
Alright.
the spice?
Yeah.
Maybe not so much the spicy.
Is
Jynne,
real? I'm trying to remember. Is real?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
We did
it's
just
drugs.
come from the mines and we didn't take any. We are
Who
not the
knows?
smartest.
Who knows? I mean, you didn't actually go into the mines, so there is that.
That's true.
But,
That's true.
Jynne, either give me a xenology or survival, whichever's better.
Knowledge word. By the way, this isn't on my sheet. It wasn't on the main sheet at all.
Should be.
Xenology?
Xenology is on the Force and Destiny sheet, but it's not on the portfolio.
Yeah, I don't have it on mine.
Interesting.
But
then
I
didn't.
do have Oskara's.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's probably
That's what-
something because the folios are for the beginner's game. Maybe they just
Mhm.
include
I do
that.
have a knowledge of. I do have 1 rank in knowledge, so maybe that's
Sure. I mean, I did put
So-
the regular character sheets in there too. They're pinned as well, but
So that would be 1 and 3. Okay. What difficulty?
3.
I still 3. Okay.
Yeah.
And we got a posture check and a hydrate.
Yeah, no, I saw.
Come on, something good. What is it with the threats?
It's a
Three
mystery.
successes. 3 successes, 2 threats.
You definitely have a bad feeling about this. And I assume you would say so out loud because it's Star Wars requirement to say it at least once
Yeah.
every so many minutes. It
Vex at that
feels
point sort of looks at
probably-
Jynne and says, would you care to expand upon that? I can see that all 3 of you are fairly perturbed, but is there something particular concerning you all?
We feel like we're being watched.
Oh. Jynne
And-
immediately does a slow 360 to see if they
Jen,
can
as
see
you say
anything.
that, you hear the sound of like clicking almost, very feline sounding clicking.
I'm hearing clicking. Blasters at the ready.
Vex, remember that food that I asked how much we had of it? I don't suppose you
Yeah.
put any of that in your pocket compartments that you could just toss over into that bush over there?
Pocket compartments.
Afraid not. No, I didn't envisage us being away from the ship long enough to need food supplies.
So, in hindsight, I think that mayhaps having lived on a ship that smelled of rotten raw meat may have been ill-advised before we had gone into a foreign jungle on a unknown planet.
Gee, you think?
I just wanted to say it out loud now so that I can say that I done said it. In case that I don't get to say it later.
Well, if we get through this, I don't know whether I'm going to kiss you or smack you.
Oh, well. Why does it have to be an or?
I walked into that one.
I mean, is that a bad thing to walk into? Because I don't think it is.
No. No, it's not a bad thing to walk into. Didn't know you were into that.
I look forward to surviving long enough to find out which one it'll be.
Same.
Hopefully.
Let's see.
Vex has just been standing doing this as the conversation's been going on, trying to work out what the hell they are actually talking about.
Right. Yeah. Organics. They don't make any sense.
No,
I feel like
sense
Oskara has just
whatsoever.
been like sitting there, just like I know you don't like, lock and load a carbine, but I feel like just kind of.
I'm actually picturing from the first Predator. I cannot think of the character's name, but the one who always has like the little razor and just dry shaves whenever he's anxious. I'm just picturing that.
Oh God.
Oh dear.
Because also jungle, also being stalked. So, everything's totally fine. So,
Totally.
while you all were talking amongst yourselves, I have resolved the roles. And yeah, most of you are totally fine. Most of you. Jynne,
Uh-oh.
you are going to be taking some damage. Because one of these creatures got 3 triumphs.
Pudo.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oof.
The others failed miserably. For my only rolls of the day so far. Yeah, it's just a mixed bag.
Okay. Lay it on me.
What is your soak?
5.
5. Okay. Let me see. What was their damage? So, you are going to take 6 wounds
Oh!
as a Nexu, a very large cat-like creature with these like barbs on its back and 2 sets of eyes, very large pointy teeth, and a like rat-like tail with a forked end, pounces on you and rips into you. The other 3 attempt, but you all are able to kind of maneuver and dodge out of their attacks. But yeah, we all need to roll our initiative now.
Get off of me! Oh, is it vigilance or cool?
Mm-hmm.
And just a straight roll, no diff?
Right.
I don't know which one I should roll. I have more dice in cool, but I have proficiency in vigilance. And Oskara. Oskara and I have very similar sheets. All right. Oskara will roll vigilance, and I will roll cool. And what is? There's no difficulty dice.
That's correct.
Spectacular. All right. Oskara got 2 advantage, 1 triumph.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll cool. I got 1 success, 3 advantages.
Okay.
Bex got 1 success, 1 advantage.
Okay.
2 successes, 2 advantages.
All right. So, they again got 3 triumphs because they seem to be rolling super well or horribly. So, they're going to go first again.
Oh, this ain't good.
I mean, we'll see. You all haven't had a chance to act. They could not kill you, potentially.
All I know is that...
You cut out.
All I know is that...
Yeah. When you hit a certain...
Yeah, like a certain decibel, it starts to cut out.
No, that's all I said was, all I know is that... Oh. Like, it's painful. It hurts.
Yeah, just letting you know, like every time that you do that, it cuts out. Like I can tell kind of what you're saying, but it just...
Oh, okay, so maybe I should hold on the button just a little bit longer before I release it.
No, it's not that. It's the mic itself.
It's a
is,
decibel.
like, limiting. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It makes it sound like it's even more painful for your character.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Very effective at that.
All right. So, Pasha, you are good. You don't take any damage. Vex, what is your soak?
3.
3. Okay. Math is not my strong suit. Okay, Vex, you are also going to take 6 wounds as one pounces on you.
Not the healer.
Yeah.
No. They have gotten so many good rolls. Oskara, what is her soak?
Oh,
I think she's got pretty good.
Yeah. Oskara has a soak of 5.
Okay. So she is only going to take 5 wounds. And Jynne, you would take another 4.
Oh.
As Jynne and Oskara are knocked down and are prone.
Prone. Okay.
By the way, this is about to be bad. I have 3 wounds left.
Totally fine. Everything's fine.
What's the rules for critical injuries again?
Don't worry about it.
All right. Spectacular. Someone
I
able to
don't
shoot these things
handle
yet?
things okay. Yeah, it is now. I think Jynne. Yeah, Jynne. Your turn.
Oh! We're gonna try and just bash the crap out of it with my gloves, since I'm like right there.
Right.
Let's see. My dice pool is 1 and 2 difficulty.
It would be 2.
It'd be a 2. Okay. Come on. The dice really hate me. Well, they kind of love me, but they kind of hate me too.
I was gonna say they were doing great earlier, so
3 successes, 2 threats.
I mean that's not the worst thing in the world. What's your damage?
Deal 3 damage on a hit plus 1 damage per success. So
Yeah, no, I knew the success one. I just wasn't sure what the actual damage was.
6 total.
Yeah, no, I was just asking what the damage for the gloves. I'm good now. Because every weapon is going to be plus the number of successes. So, yeah, you do a decent amount of damage to it. It doesn't seem to be like mortally wounded by any means, but you definitely piss it off.
Crap.
I believe that you had some stim packs though.
I had 2.
Yeah, I mean you are able to use one.
Oh, I didn't realize I could do both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's not like, I mean, it's just an injectable basically.
Yeah, then she'll probably take that off her belt and go, "Yep, stab."
I assume that you're doing as much as possible.
Yes.
Okay. I believe, without finding it again, I believe that would be 5 wounds off the top of my head.
1 stim pack, I think, is 4.
Just go with what the GM said if it's better than
Yes, sir.
what you think it is.
Yes, sir. Or
Well,
then,
not sir, but
yeah.
I know. You're fine. You're fine. Just reminding. Okay. After Jynne would be Oskara.
Oskara would have had the carbine out. All right.
But the Nexu is on top of her.
Oh, okay.
So you can use it. It will just be severely disadvantaged.
No, I think Oskara's gonna punchy to punchy. I just need to find my brawl, correct?
Yep.
All right. Significantly not as great compared to the combat. What would the disadvantage be?
You would be looking at 2 of the challenge die instead of the difficulty.
Okay. Punchy it is. How many difficulties?
Just 2.
All right. Yep. All right. Oskara got 1 failure, 1 advantage.
Okay. I'm gonna say that she's at least able to get back on her feet, but doesn't do any damage to it.
Okay. I think then we'll use a stim pack.
Absolutely.
And that gives me 4.
5.
5. Spectacular. Back up and functioning. All right.
And after Oskara is Pasha.
Pasha does not have something on top of it. Will attempt to shoot. And I get 2 difficulty.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to shoot the one on top of Jynne.
Assault.
3 successes.
Okay. And what is your damage?
6.
Okay.
And
so
my serious wounds only count for triumphs that weren't canceled out, correct?
that sounds right.
Okay. Then it's just 3 successes.
Okay. Yeah. it seems like that does a pretty significant amount of damage, and you have managed to scare that one off of her as it like flees back into the jungle, a little bit
Alright.
singed.
So I, as I shoot at it, I say, we ask for consent before we maul people.
Yeah, sorry, you're in the jungle. I think it works that way.
How rude.
I
I
just
said
caught
my
up on
lady before I went out for a
How
walk with her.
rude.
How rude.
Yeah, I'm
I'm-
just catching up on the chat. I didn't see the Pasha safe word is yes, please.
I just saw that.
Pasha saw it and hasn't had to use it yet.
Oh,
Yet. It's the key word.
indeed.
Anything else for Pasha?
Oh, can I shoot twice?
No, well, you could.
Yeah.
You could take strain.
Yeah, that feels like a thing I should do in this situation. It's not fun.
Yeah.
So, a 2 strain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will take 2 strain to shoot a second time. Is there one on top of Vex?
No. It was just
No.
the 2.
And there was
Yeah,
one that
Oskara got
attacked
out.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Yeah,
then
there were
gonna
4
shoot the
total.
one next to me.
Okay.
If no one is. So 2 difficulty, correct?
Yep.
All right. 1 advantage.
Okay. Yeah, you fire wide. You hit a tree,
Mm.
so, not a total failure.
That
Unless
was
the
a
tree
warning
comes
shot.
down and lands on us.
No, it seemed like it was more of a glancing blow than anything.
Okay,
Vex,
then.
it is your turn.
It is. Vex has, at the point at which whoever it was said blasters out, got his light blaster out. And he's going to use it to attack the one that has. Oh no, they're both upstanding now, aren't they? Oh, in that case, it's going to attack the one that tried to attack me.
Yeah,
Okay.
technology hates us.
Mm.
And Nexu hate the party, so it's fine. Everybody's having a great time.
Absolute lies. We were
Okay.
just having a mutiny with our keeper because of the way the rolls were going. So we've all made up.
I mean, the luck is just here
Vex
for
is was not part of that because Vex rolled 2 advantages and 1 triumph.
Oh, okay. What is your
Most
damage?
decent roll I have had. apart from when I did my medicine check on Oskara in session 1.
That's fair.
Our killer
get every
medical
other-
droid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Every other session, you get a good roll. Just one.
Yeah, exactly.
What is your damage on your blaster?
5.
Impressive. Okay. Yeah, and you were shooting the one that was closest to you that came after you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you managed to singe this one pretty seriously, and it also runs off, scampers into the jungle. At which point, unless you're going to take some strain and attack again.
Yes, I think I will do that.
Okay, go for it.
This time I will target the one that is or was going for. Which one's run away? The one on Jynne's run away, the one on me's run away.
Mhm.
The one on.
Oskara has stood up, and the
Oskara
one on
has
me
stood up.
has not been able to hit.
Okay. I'll go for the one that's on Oskara. Or attacking Oskara.
Okay.
Moment. Okay, 1 success, 2 advantages.
Nice. There you
Which
go.
means on my 5 damage plus 1 damage per success, so 6 damage.
Okay. Does your blaster have anything that says like on a certain number of advantages it does anything?
Severe wound.
No.
Okay.
I
mean,
need.
most of them have some
I need.
kind
I need.
of.
I need a gazillion. I need a gazillion.
Yeah,
Triumph to inflict a critical injury.
that's how it goes. I mean, you're not a shooter. You are,
Exactly.
but not a. You do it a fair.
I'm only doing this. I'm only doing this well because they're really close.
Exactly.
You know?
And they're not moving currently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you do manage to blast. You said the one that was going after Pasha or Oskara?
Oskara.
Okay. You managed to blast that one, and it also runs off, as does the fourth one. They seem to probably have decided you were not as easy of a meal as they had hoped. So, you survive for today, this moment. What's the plan from here?
Treat once and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say,
Vex needs to use one of their emergency repair kits on themselves.
Yeah, and from the organics, or as Zaffy said in the chat, the fleshies, I need another fear roll.
Okay.
I need you to add 2 setback dice.
Oof.
That was cool, right?
Cool or discipline, and the setback dice, does that replace the difficulty dice?
It is an addition.
Okay, so 2 black, 2 purple.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yay.
All right. Pasha got 1 advantage.
Okay, it's not terrible.
Oskara. Oskara got 1 success, 1 advantage.
Okay. Oskara doesn't get any more afraid. Pasha, you're not horribly so. You're not like absolutely terrified and ready to run back necessarily, but you're definitely more uncomfortable than you were to begin with.
Yeah, no, that wasn't fun. That's a lot of blood, Jynne. Jynne, that's a lot of blood.
Yeah, lots of blood.
You gonna I mean, we smelled like meat before,
Nice.
but now you smell like juicy meat.
Thanks a
So
lot.
Vex immediately goes to check out just how bad Jynne is. And may I use my medicine skill, please?
You sure can.
Thank you. Don't
And it's
worry,
gonna be-
Jynne. Just
Go ahead.
go on. I was just don't worry, Jynne. I can help you. This isn't a problem. It's not going to stay as painful as this for very long, I hope. You watch. I'm gonna get the most dreadful thrown out.
Don't jinx yourself, please.
Somehow Vex makes it worse. Like, does this hurt?
Yeah. Roll.
Yeah, and it's gonna be
1
3
success, 3 advantages. Oh, sorry?
Oh,
What was
I
that?
was gonna say it's 3 difficulty again.
Which is the
Purples.
The
purple
purple.
one.
We haven't had any challenge dice. When do those get used?
Well, that didn't make any difference.
Oh,
Not any
when, like,
negative
if I had
difference, I
shot
now
with the
have-
carbine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Liz. What?
2 successes, 3 advantages.
Even better. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
And what was your medicine? You have how many points in it?
Because you used a stim kit, didn't you?
I used one stim kit during the battle, yeah, because I was at 10. I'm now at 5.
So with 2 successes and one advantage. No, sorry, 3 advantages. Am I able to completely?
Well, so that's
heal her?
what I was asking. Like, how many ranks do you have in your medicine?
Oh, how many ranks do I have? 2.
2. Okay. How many wounds do you have right now?
5.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit of time. The fear is definitely growing amongst the party. Also, what was your result? I didn't hear.
The roll produced no results.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that. So
I didn't say it because the way we started going into the medicine stuff.
gotcha. Yeah, you are definitely all feeling more afraid. Obviously, not Vex. It's not pleasant being out here. You all probably are questioning why you're here at this point. You know, Oskara's maybe a little bit more goal oriented, so might not be as tempted to just leave, but doesn't sound like a bad idea right now.
How close are we from the ship?
You
From
think
which
maybe
ship?
halfway-
Our ship? The ship that we
Their
were going
ship.
after, or our ship? Our ship. I think our ship might be closer.
You think you're maybe halfway between the two, as best you can guess.
So 6 a half a dozen another. Okay. So either we spend all that time going back and then having to go back to the ship later, or we just continue and press forward.
I think Oskara would point out that if you went back to the ship, may not be everyone would want to come back to try and, you know, search this wreckage.
No, not a lot of people probably come back, no, just because of
Yeah.
the Nexu.
Yeah. Pasha will push on reluctantly, but as Pasha's pushing on, Pasha's gonna be like, what in tarnation does Mandalorians even want to do with this ship that's done crashed and split in half and feral Nexus all around it? And I'm sorry,
I don't know
Jynne,
if there's-
yeah, about the juicy comment.
I don't know if there's any other kind of Nexu, to be honest.
No.
Pasha,
So-
can I just check that you are not in need of any particular healing?
I appreciate it, Vex, but so far, nothing has touched me. Nothing that I wanted, nor nothing that I didn't want.
Fine then.
I
Just
do
checking.
appreciate it, though. Just a little
Oskara
grumpy.
looks pretty rough.
Yes,
Oskara,
I was then going to say, what about Oskara?
Stimpack brought Oskara back up to full.
Okay.
Oh, excellent.
Oskara looks a little rough because Oskara is rough.
Yeah.
Big and scary.
A little scratched up, but, you know, just a flesh wound. Yeah,
I would suggest that we may as well just go on and get this over and done with.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
Alright.
I agree. The sooner we get this done, the better.
Yeah.
Pasha will be like walking along, and then we'll turn suddenly and be like, "They were hungry. Your vision, the thing. That was it, right? That was it. That's all you saw. So that's all there is. That's all there is, and we're wonderful." I'm just gonna like gaslight themselves into being like, "There'll be no problems now."
Yeah, it's not problematic if you do it to yourself.
Right.
I don't know if that's the whole thing, but it's definitely the start of it.
Why would you say that? Why would you tell me that?
Because, you know me, I can't tell a lie.
Oh, I'm learning more all the time.
Mm.
Well, at least with my friends, I can't tell a lie. Other people, and maybe.
And where exactly would I land on this scale of truth telling?
Well, I haven't told you a lie yet.
Mm. All right,
Yeah.
all right.
I can't lie. What can I say? I'm mesmerized.
Pasha gives like a winning smile and just nods.
Pasha, if you're taking the lead, I would like a survival check, please.
Nope. Pasha's not leading. Nope. He's,
Okay.
He's pushing on behind Oskara. He's gonna let the one with armor lead the way.
Well, then I will let you roll for Oskara.
Indeed. Survival. Because I have rolled so well for Oskara up till now, and I'm sure that there won't be any issues at all with my back season
Yeah,
playing
probably
here.
not.
How many difficulty?
3 again.
3. Yep. All right. I'm so sorry.
1 failure, 1 threat. Yeah, we're
Amazing.
not going to the casino.
We are not the group that has like any survival skills, apparently.
I think Oskara is probably just really distracted by, everything that's going on. Probably some confusion, I'm guessing, about, the whole situation with the sister, and the Nexu is probably not helping. The fear of the general and the being attacked and mauled slightly.
Indeed, yeah.
You're pretty sure, even though you don't know exactly whether you're going in the right direction or not, you think you might have gone in a circle.
Oh, God. All right. Can someone else roll a survival?
Vex would have noticed that and done and dealt with it. Vex wouldn't have let them walk around in a circle.
Vex, roll me a survival check to see how well you would have noticed.
And incidentally, we have a redemption. In our moment of victory or triumph or something. But I'm not sure who it's
I definitely
for.
remember what that does. Hold on. Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Boost up players' next roll by upping their proficiency dice count. Cool.
Yeah, since you're rolling for Oskara, I would let that count for Oskara to make another survival check. Or if you want to roll for Pasha.
I don't mind if Vex uses it.
Yeah, I thought it was me doing this.
Yeah.
This one.
It was redeemed for Queen Mother, I believe.
Oh, was it?
Oh, yes, it was. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I will allow you to give that away.
Okay. So I don't get more dice. It's just one of my green turns to yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
I was like, oh, I will redeem it for Oskara because I rolled so terribly for this poor Twi'lek who has again rolled 1 failure, 1 threat.
Oh man. Okay.
I am so sorry. I am only meant to play Pasha. Pasha is the only lucky character I got.
Yeah, Oskara's just eating all of your bad luck. That's what it is.
I'm so sorry, Oskara.
Oh dear.
So, you are definitely lost. Vex, you probably have been trying to tell Oskara that you all have been going in circles, and it's just not being responded to.
Okay.
And as you all are probably getting, I would imagine, a little bit frustrated by being completely lost in the jungle, you remember the ship from earlier?
The one
Yeah,
from
so-
earlier?
Yes.
You know, it just disappeared for a while. Like I said, it was a fairly small ship on your sensors. Say maybe roughly a TIE fighter size. I had to give it a vague description. As you all are maybe taking a moment to rest, maybe, you know, hydrate and eat and regroup, figure out your plans, a dark figure emerges from the jungle and says,
Oh,
I've been
no.
looking for you, Jynne. And you hear the ignition of a red lightsaber. And that's where we're going to end this mission.
No. No.
No. Just an Inquisitor.
I was gonna say it's an Inquisitor.
Mhm.
Christine knows that. Pasha has no freaking clue, and I want to backseat drive Oskara to leap at him right now. Like I hadn't killed her yet.
We'll have to resolve that next time and see if anybody gets a limb cut off in true Star Wars fashion.
End up
Pasha
being
turns to
Jynne.
Jynne and is like, "We hadn't covered your exes yet."
I don't know them.
You said you couldn't lie to me.
I'm not lying to you. I don't know them.
I'm just picturing Bobby Hill. Oh man.
You
Amazing.
can't leave that cliffhanger for 2 weeks. No.
Oops.
Bye.
Yeah. So before we leave, just a reminder that for a few more days, I think 3. I'm not a math person. Until the end of the month, I'm still raising money for Doctors Without Borders. So check the link. It's in the chat. I totally know what the link is. I didn't forget it. Make sure you let them know that Green Team is who sent you. And yeah, it's a great cause. We're trying to beat Critical Role because they can suck it, and we're cooler than they are, obviously. So.
You're part of a really amazing collaboration of game masters. It is a huge, awesome group.
So literally, several people from Critical Role and Dimension 20 just called out Jordan Brown, who is on the Green Team. So one of my teammates on TikTok, yesterday or the day before. So they know that we're out here trying to beat them. So now we have to actually do it. So no pressure.
Awesome.
No, of course not.
But
Of course not.
anybody got anything else?
2
What do I think
weeks.
they
Well,
Yeah.
I caught none of that.
I was saying, 2 weeks.
Mhm.
And the last session.
Oh, how an explosive one it's gonna be.
I cannot wait for the Wookiee to come out of the jungle behind us with a green lightsaber and save the day.
Yeah, we've just been saving that for the very last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Vex and I will be over there with popcorn being like, oh.
Yeah.
Totally didn't expect that one.
No,
Well, there you
neither did
go.
I.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming and watching, and thank you, players, for being here. It has been a blast, and we will see you all in 2 weeks.
Thank you, Doom Keeper.